A significant piece of Vermont culture is a body of water that covers its northwestern border. This body of water is called Lake Champlain. Lake Champlain is home to over 80 species of fish and over 300 different types of birds. Covering more than 400 square miles of surface water, it plays a key role for the local Vermonters and New Yorkers who live on it. But in order to understand the significance of Lake Champlain, we must go back to the early stages of it. In the year 1609, the lake was officially founded by French explorer Samuel de Champlain. The lake was later named after him, although he wasn't the first person to discover it. Several years before European contact, the lake was obtained by the Native Americans, such as the Iroquois, the Abenaki, and the Mohican. Later on down the road, the lake was used for the purpose of war. During the Revolutionary War, Lake Champlain was used as a passageway that connected the Hudson and St. Lawrence River. During the War of 1812, battles were fought on Lake Champlain between America and Great Britain. One of the well-known battles is the Battle of Plattsburgh, fought on the New York side of Lake Champlain. Throughout the history of Lake Champlain, there has been a myth that a lake monster lived within its waters. This monster was nicknamed Champ. The most popular photograph of Champ was taken in 1977 by Sandra Mancy. According to Mancy, she was enjoying a day on the water in St. Albans Bay when the monster appeared. Before leaving the scene, she snapped a picture and forever changed the way the locals looked at the lake. In the 1980s, laws were even passed in both Vermont and New York to protect this alleged champ. The legend became so beloved in Vermont that the mascot of the Vermont minor league baseball team was named after him. Whether you believe in the legend or not, it is certainly an interesting myth nonetheless. In the year 1998, Lake Champlain was officially recognized as a Great Lake. Unfortunately, this status was later revoked. Lake Champlain kept the title of Great Lake for only 18 days. In modern times, Lake Champlain is used as a tourist attraction. People travel from all over New England to enjoy Lake Champlain. There's a variety of different activities that take place on the lake, including boating, fishing, tubing, canoeing, and much, much more. Even during the winter, people can enjoy the lake by skating, playing hockey, and ice fishing. Now, from all of this information, you're probably thinking that Lake Champlain is some kind of divine body of water. Unfortunately, this isn't true. Just like everything, there are positives and negatives. In earlier times, Samuel de Champlain described the lake using the word pristine, but over the years, human interaction has caused the lake to lose its luxury. Several problems face the lake, such as the increase of invasive species and the millions of zebra mussels that have developed and covered the lake floor. But the biggest threat that the lake faces is the blue-green algae epidemic. And if we don't tackle this issue soon, we will be leaving a body of waste for our future. Blue-green algae is a bacteria that forms on the lake on calm, hot days, usually in the summer. The blooms can give off toxins that irritate human skin, and it can make you sick, giving you stomach issues. There have also been reports of several dogs being killed due to blue-green algae. The worst areas of the lake in terms of blue-green algae are found up north by the St. Albans Bay and the Missisquoi Bay. These areas have taken a toll because of the blue-green algae. The St. Albans Bay used to be a tourist attraction having over 50,000 visitors a year, but now that number has dropped to 5,000. Also, the real estate is taking a toll because house sellers on the lake aren't able to sell their homes. Popular beaches on hot summer days are closing because of blue-green algae. Now, in order to fix this problem, several steps must be taken. This is because spreading and increase of blue-green algae is caused by several culprits. The largest factor is farming. Vermont is known for agriculture and farmland, so it's obvious that a lot of fields and farms are located around the lake. When farmers spread manure or fertilizer across the field, a large majority of the phosphorus and nitrogen will end up in the lake. These two elements are ingredients for blue-green algae. Although this is the main factor that impacts the lake, it's not the only one. There are several others, including sewage runoffs and littering. Oftentimes, people are polluting the lake without even knowing it. Now, after hearing about blue-green algae, you still might be convinced that this isn't a big deal. So I decided to interview some locals who lived around the lake and find out what the lake means to them.
So I spent all my summers up here when I was a kid. I grew up in Connecticut. My parents used to bring us up here for the whole summer. We would come up in the winter and go ice fishing and skating.
The lake has always meant to me, it's always been a place for family and just home. When I bought my parents' camp for a full-time house, I planned on raising my son here and having him enjoy it as much as we did with the clear water and lots of tubing and swimming and fishing, and he loves it. He probably appreciates it more than any of us ever did.
What do you like about Lake Champlain?
I like fishing and swimming.
You know, it's really unfortunate to see what has come of the lake, considering that over the summer, all I do is hang out in the lake. I'm either boating, going tubing, fishing, or swimming in the lake. And the fact that in the future that may not be possible scares me.
So when I was a kid, the water was almost always perfectly clear. There was hardly any bad days of swimming. And now it's pretty depressing when you come and the water's thick, green, soupy, smelly, a lot of algae. Not all the time, but when you have your heart set on boating or swimming and you come down to the lake and it's green and smelly, kind of depressing.
And there are days, probably a handful of days at least every summer, when you can't go in because the water is just too green or nasty. Last summer I didn't let the dog in at all because there was green algae around, and I didn't want to take a chance that some of it had drifted in here with us as well. So it's always a concern now that never ever used to be a concern when we were kids.
As you can see, Lake Champlain means a lot to the people who live around it and have a history with it. People who aren't around Lake Champlain may think that it's just a body of water, but the locals know that it's a lot more than that. Lake Champlain is history. It's a place where many people have laid their foundation and continue to live on. It's a place where you can get away from the crowded city and just relax. Lake Champlain is a privilege to Vermonters and New Yorkers. But if we don't treat the lake with the courtesy that it deserves, our future won't be able to enjoy this paradise.